Hello, love. How you doing? Konnichiwa, it's Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse over in Japan. Are you good? Are you genki? Can you hear me? Do let me know in the chat. Wow, it's a hot and sticky one today over here. We're talking 28 degrees, which is 82 Fahrenheit. Doesn't sound that hot, I know, but you've got 70% humidity on top of that. So sweaty, wetty, flipping moist and pumpy. Unbelievable what's going on. So we had in the chat before I started. Where are we? You're balmy. Thank you for your incredible generosity. I really appreciate it, mate. You're right. I do need more Griff titles. Come on, Gray. What are you playing at? All I could think of was Happy Father's Day in Japan, because it is actually Sunday, the 16th of, let's say October then, 16th of June 2024. It's officially Father's Day in Japan. I think it's Father's Day in the UK and the USA, but I could be wrong because, you know, there are different dates. Look at this now. I'm trying to bring up YouTube to see if the stream's working, and all I've got is a blank screen. It's all grey. Okay, good to hear. We had a visitor from Germany in the stream earlier on. Guten Morgen aus Deutschland. Congratulations to Germany, by the way, for their thrashing defeat. They defeated Scotland 5-1. Poor Scotland. What's going on with Scotland? Anybody know? I was looking forward to watching that game, and because I've not seen Scotland play for ages. Wanted to see what they were like. It wasn't so much that Germany were really good, it was like Scotland just weren't very good at all, and they got a man sent off quite early on. No! Worst mistake to make against Germany. So before we had your Barmy dropping an incredibly generous $10. Seriously, I really appreciate it, mate. Thank you for that. What can I say? What can I drop for you? I don't even know what you like that much. How about a bit of Akira? Yes. To celebrate Father's Day, let's have some crazy Japanese violence. Do you like that? Happy Father's Day to you too. Whether you celebrate it or not, I don't know. And a big shout out to all the fathers out there. I hope you're good, hope you're genki. In Japan, it's not really a big thing. Most people forget about it. You know, hey, we're only dads, aren't we? We're not that important. I've heard nothing from my daughter, but I know she's busy and she's probably working very hard today. I think she's at work, working hard in Osaka. So hopefully I'll get a little mail later on saying, I remember you. You're my dad. But yeah, Mother's Day gets the big thing, the big deal in Japan. So everyone, you know, make sure not to forget that, because you can't forget Mother's Day, can you? But hey, Father's Day, just another day, innit? Just another Sunday. Fearmonix in the chat. Gray, I'm going to get you some new clips to use for Father's Day. Mate, that would be awesome. I've been lazy with new clips. I've actually got one prepared, but it's not from TV, movies, culture. It's not about Wakizashis for a change. It's actually one that I shared with my brother from another mother, Salty, Travelling Sea, about showing the beautiful sea, the Japanese sea, as they say, Nihonkai, the Sea of Japan. Not far from where I live, a little bit of the sun going down, and it's just a nice 30-second clip. You can just chill out, relax, listen to the sound of the sea. I'm not sure when I'm going to drop it, but yeah, later on, so I do hope you like that. Hey, happy Father's Day, Gray, says Dwayne. Dwayne, how are you doing? Mate, I was so disappointed yesterday. For me, like, it was like late last night. It would have started 11 p.m. Saturday night my time, but Thinking Critical, the Thinking Critical channel, the comics aficionados, it's rare that I get invited because, you know, I don't know that much about comics. But no, he always has like some pretty big guests on there. But I was meant to be on last night. We got all set up, ready to go, and StreamYard was saying to him like, sorry, please try again in about 5-10 minutes. The heavy traffic, or due to heavy traffic, heavy traffic? Due to heavy traffic, we can't start your stream. And I heard it was not just him, it was a problem going around StreamYard yesterday or early this morning, Saturday. I don't know if you've experienced it. I was okay starting this. No, seemed to be no problem. But although I'm checking YouTube and there's no sign of this stream. Oh, there it is. Hey, there's Gray. Looking quite dark and noirish. Blade Runner. Okay, Will you dump them in Discord? Nice one. I appreciate that, Monica. I'll try to remember to open it up because I've got to be careful with my tabs. My Wi-Fi is okay. I'm actually hooked up to the Ethernet over there. It's plugged in, so it's supposed to be better. But if I open too many tabs, things start to go a bit weird. You know what I mean? A heavy flow day for StreamYard, says Salty. Yes, there you go. But you know, it's weird, mate. He was saying, the guy Wes, whose channel it was, he said in 6 years of doing live streams, it's the first time I've experienced that, like that message, that error, say we can't do it because it's too busy. So I reckon they were probably like changing something or, uploading something new or messing around with the code or something. So yeah, but some people were fine. Oh, it'll be a day or two. Okay, I'll be at family's tomorrow. No worries. I thought you meant you wanted to drop some like comedy dad clips right now. Okay, we got Mick Cope. Shout out to me big bro. Father's Day in Deutschland is March 19th. The men drive around in horse-drawn wagons getting uproariously drunk. I like the sound of the uproariously drunk. I don't know about the horse-drawn wagons, although it could be awesome actually. Could be cool. So it's in March, is it? Is that when Mother's Day is in the UK too? I can't remember. All I know is in Japan it's May for Mother's Day and June for Father's Day, and everyone forgets the fathers. Come on, what are you doing? So I appreciate it, Salty. Great to see you all in the chat. What was I going to talk about? Not really going on too much about dads, but I wanted to tell you about Father's Day in Japan. It's not really done. The poor fathers get forgotten. Apart from the really old ones, I think they get remembered by their sons and daughters. But middle-aged father like me, nobody cares. So what I'm going to do after this later on, I'm going to cycle into town, maybe get a couple of craft beers, just relax, treat myself, for Father's Day because I'm a father and I think I did a pretty good job. Even if I do say so myself, I'm just going to do that, treat myself, and then on the way back I will probably purchase a couple of cans from the local off license to, that's British English for liquor store. Crazy Americans. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, we got Salty saying tried to watch Furiosa on the high seas, turned it off after 10 minutes out of boredom. No, I haven't watched it. I was tempted, mate. Despite what I heard about it, I was tempted to go see it on the big screen because I thought even with a slow beginning, the big kind of prologue, the 40-minute prologue of when she's a young girl, I thought it's George Miller. He's very visual-oriented filmmaker, director. So surely it's going to look good. Even though I've heard some complaints that there's more CGI than there was in the Fury Road, but still, some great action scenes. The Australian desert, I guess. I'm sure it could look good, but is it a 0.0 out of 10 from Salty? The next day is Hangover Monday. Yeah, exactly, mate. Especially if you're getting uproariously drunk. I won't be. I'll be taking it easy. I have a plan, maybe, to try and get up early tomorrow morning. When I say early, I mean 4 a.m. Crazy, right? Why am I going to do that? Because if I've got my dates right and time difference right, that's going to be the first England European Championship game. So it's the Euros 2024, which is the European football teams, football, not soccer, football teams, get together and have a tournament. And it's 2 years like between the World Cup. So you get the Euros, then 2 years later you get the World Cup, like that. So yeah, I'm hoping to get up for that, he says, at this point in time, when I'm still sober and everything's fine. Hey, that rhymed. I'm a poet, and I don't know it. Fearmonic saying, I got myself a few fancy beers recently I've been working through. That's good to hear, I don't know about you, but in Japan, the craft beer has slowly been getting more and more popular, which is a good thing. Because before that, we used to just be stuck with Asahi Super Dry, Kirin, Ichiban Shibori, Sapporo. I'll just say the company names, you won't know the beer names, but yeah. Ebis, if you know that. So you have the main ones, Asahi, Suntory, Sapporo. They're the main three. But now we're starting to get, even those main three, like bringing out a kind of a strangely fruity summer ale or a heavy on the mango grapefruit IPA, which I'm getting sick of them. I can't take it. I can't take the too much citrus in my beer. It just doesn't taste like beer anymore. But you can still get some good, strong, like darker ales, brown ales, red ales, that kind of thing. I'm into those. George Miller, Road Warrior, Mad Max 2, probably the best in the series, yeah? I was rewatching them. I rewatched the first one, and rewatched Mad Max 2, Road Warrior the other week, and it was ace. It was aces. It was awesome. Excuse me. Vitamonic saying that we got crazy small brews in America now. Makes the variety amazing, but it sucks if you ever want something twice. Ah, I see. I had a good friend I met actually in Japan, but he's an American guy from San Francisco originally, and he was the one who convinced me that America can make good craft beer. He brought some over once. It was unbelievable. What was it called? Pliny the Elder, Pliny the Younger, one of those. So good. But I've just found that these days they seem to like going on the citrusy hops too heavy. Heavy on the hops, heavy on the citrus, heavy on the fruit. I want some like bitterness, I want some darkness to my beer. I did one get, you once got called a brewsaki. Oh, you got one called a brewsaki, a Japanese style rice lager. That sounds good. Yeah, a rice lager like a Budweiser, but the Japanese version. There are quite a few. But you know what I've noticed, ladies and gentlemen? If you check your ingredients on your cans, these days more and more are having corn starch put in there. Don't like the sound of that. As well as rice, whatever else. It should just be mugi, hops and water, barley, hops, said Japanese then. Hops, barley and water. And that should be enough, What you put in cornstarch and rice and whatever in. Hey, bandito! I can't even say it, mate. I won't try and murder that because I can't speak Spanish. Apart from, ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo te llamas? That's it. Not football, gringo. Good to see you today, Gray. Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed talking comics on Bandito Bane's stream. We did a live stream. For me, it was early, 8 a.m. my time it started. So I think it was like 4 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, we had a good time. Caught up with Bandito and Kenzo, who's an artist in the UK. So it was two British guys, two pommies. What do you guys call us? I've forgotten. Limeys, the Americans call us, yeah. Two limeys against one Spanish American. Oh my God, sorry. Mexican American? Sorry, mate. Don't kill me in the comments. Who the hell wants cinnamon whiskey? Maple syrup sweet crap. Yeah, I know. I don't mind some of the flavoured whiskies, but as long as it's like tastes like the sea, salty, that kind of thing. But when you start putting weird things in, you're all right. Happy Father's Day from Nosferatu, you old gaffer. Cheers, mate. What was I dropping in to you? I can't think of the message I was saying. How's it going, me old copper? Stuff like that, me old mucker. I like using my British English with Nos. I think it freaks him out, but he tries to say it in a British accent, I guess. And murder. I'll murder the Perriers. Murders it. Mexican American. Okay, so I wasn't wrong. I thought so. Nice one, Benito. Mexican American. I was close. Hey. Mañana. Nosferatu. Cheers with a glass of wine and a bat. Crazy, man. Crazy. I'll murder the Perriers. That's a quote from Withnail, which I don't have a clip of, unfortunately. Yeah. And one day I'm going to get Salty and Nosferatu. I'm going to do a live watch party. I'm going to make them watch Withnail and I, because some people have been saying it's not very good to Salty, and he believes it. It's amazing, mate. But you've got to be in the right mood for it. Where's my clip? I don't even have a clip ready for Withnail. Oh my God. What am I doing? It'll have to be this one.
You're fond of me lobster, ain't you? Drunken in a Virginia fence. I seen it. You're fond of me lobster.
You're fond of me lobster. I know it. Lighthouse. More and more like I think about that movie, the more and more I want to rewatch it. Yes. Where are we? Back to the comments. Yeah, I know, so that's what I heard. She's like, she didn't enjoy it. Maybe it's a guy thing, you know what I mean? guy thing. Anyway, if you like the 60s, if you like a bit of Jimi Hendrix Beatles music in the background, if you like, what's the word? Dark comedy with two out-of-work actors. One of them is an alcoholic, one is almost an alcoholic. It's very well written. That's what it gets it. It's really well written. There's some beautiful shots of the Lake District, which is a beautiful part of England, not too far from Manchester, where I'm from. Great shots of the lakes. Basically, these two out-of-work actors get out of London, get out of the city. It's set in the mid-60s or late 60s, where London was just a mess. You know, everyone's out of work. It just looked like a dump. It was like a nightmare. So they escaped from the city to have a holiday in one of the characters' Uncle Monty's cottage. So cool. Right, let's get back. Hellboy whiskey, great. Character, lame, sweet. You ever tried the, is it the Pogues? The Pogues whiskey? My friend Andy Mack, Jiu-Jitsu sensei from the UK, he brought one over. He gave me a bottle of the Pogues whiskey. It was pretty good. It wasn't bad. Nosferatu, my favourite is when he throws a pillow at him and says, "Don't be such an old bitch." You were talking... Oh, yeah. I thought we were talking Withnail then. I was like, I don't remember that scene in Withnail, Nos. You're talking about Lighthouse, aren't you? You get the Junji Ito short manga program for the Lighthouse. I'm about to have one shipped from your neck of the woods. No way. No, I haven't heard about it, mate. Fear Monarch. That sounds awesome. G'day, says Jacob. How are you, mate? Good to see you. And for anyone who is or isn't or has had, I'm sure we've all had fathers, unless we are no, not even going to talk about that. We've all had fathers, so big shout out to the fathers. Happy Father's Day. Yes, I know it's early, but it's 1:17 p.m. Sunday, Japan, so I can say it. And I'm saying it to myself. This morning I went to a different area of the beach where I often cycle to, but I drove up there to where I used to take my dad, John Cope. God rest his soul, and shout out to the Copes. Bless the Copes, all the Copes out there. I went up there and just, had a bit of a walk around on the beach, shoes and socks off, earthing, grounding myself. You know what I mean? It does work, that's really good. I felt better anyway. Just said a few words to John, thinking about him. Whenever I go there, it's like, yeah, he loved this spot. You get a great view of the ocean, the Nihonkai, the Sea of Japan, and when it's a clear day, you can see the mountain in the distance, and we see the curve, the curve of the Yumigahama Bay. It's just amazing, but it's hard to get a really clear day these days. Not that I'm saying there's anything in the air, not that spraying stuff in the air all the time. But hey, what do I know? I think a lot of it is like stuff blowing over from overseas. They say the sand's from China. That's right, blame China. Gray, I love the movie The Lake House. Do you? I know you like The Lighthouse. Oh my God, Dwayne, I love saying this word. Knob Creek, bourbon, knob. In the UK, British slang, if we call someone a knob, you knob, it means like you idiot, you fool. It's not too strong, but it's not too light either. And knobhead's one of my favourite. Oi, knobhead, what are you doing? Sorry, you can be Bella, alright. Dude, it goes hard. I'm not just because I'm biased for all of Junji Ito's work. Fantastic artist. Love his stuff. I've shown it before, but I've got shivers down there. Shivers, got shivers in my spine. I tell you what, it's a good excuse to grab it and just show it off a little bit.
He swaps his longsword for a wakizashi.
Shiver me timbers, Jim lad. There we go. This is a collection including 9 of Junji Ito's best short stories, as selected by the author himself and presented with accompanying notes and commentary. That's what I love about it. So, of course, in English, translated to English, he's picked these. He's picked 9 of his favourites of his own short manga horror tales, and he's written comments about them. Just opening at random here. There we go. Ha 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 ha. The poor woman there, the young girl's laughing as she's being throttled by something. My God, what's going on? Let's just do some random opens and see what we get. What's this? Oh my God. He says, Kachak, yank. That's not a slur in Americans, my American friends. One more random open. Oh no, it's a boring one. Come on, there must be something scarier. Grey! Oh, here we go, look at this. Jesus, imagine meeting that in a dark room, at the end of a dark corridor, on a dark night. So yeah, fantastic stuff. Let's see what they are. The stories are Used Record, number 1, Shiver, number 2, Fashion Model, Hanging Blimp, like the sound of that, Marionette Mansion, Painter, The Long Dream, Honoured Ancestors, and the last one is called Greased. Greased! You better shape up. What's Greased about? Oh God, it's this one. Look at this. Look at the art in Greased. It makes me feel all sweaty and sticky just looking at it. Okay, that's it. Thanks for that, mate. That nice segue into Junji Ito. Shiver. Let's get back to you. Have a drink for me, Gray. I will do, Bandito. I've forgotten how to say cheers in Spanish. Is it slant? No, that's Irish. Slanch. Sante? Oh, Jesus. So, what's going on? Well, you're also a dad. I bow to you, Gray-kun. Gray-kun. You can only say that if you're older than me, Nos, and I know that I'm older than you. So you've got to say, like you can say Gray-chan if you want. That's a term of endearment. Mostly used for children and women, but, you know, if you like me, you can call me Gray-chan. Holly-chan. How's Holly-chan? She's forgotten me. Gray loves knobs, says Nosferatu. He loves bellends even more. Oh my God. Ah, bellend. I love that word. Thank you for reminding me. Hanging balloons. Where's Godporial? Godporial's in the chat. I missed him. Where are you? Is Junji Ito the Japanese R.L. Stein? No, he's not. I think he's more serious than R.L. Stein, but I don't know. I've not read the Goosebump stuff. How are you doing, Nerdporial? Are you Genki? Thanks for dropping in. Where are we? We've got Dwayne Muth saying Pittsburgh Comic Con, early 2000s, drinking Knob Creek with my friends whilst watching a bootleg of Disney's Song of the South. Zippity-doo-dah. There we go. Just got cancelled. Salute. That's it. Thanks, Bandito. I'm only got, what is this? This is water, but I'll do a salute to all the fathers. Your dad, my dad, everyone's dad. Very fond of the lobster. Yeah. So, where were we going? What was I going to talk about? What was I going to talk about? I can't remember. I didn't stream last weekend because I had the fireman competition. We had a great night out. I ended up coming back a bit too late on a Sunday night. I got in trouble with Mrs. W. Wasn't talking to me for quite a while. Leopard can't change his spots, can he? The thing was, like, I was on the way back and I'd messaged her. Excuses I know, but I messaged her like, okay, the first party's finished now. Are you free? She said she'd come pick me up. And it was only like 9 p.m. No answer. It's like, I waited a bit. No answer. It's like, okay, she's probably either in the bath or, gone to bed. So I was walking back and I kind of did a detour and went to another bar. No, the fool. But it was great. It was great fun. I met this random Japanese guy in there. We got talking. He was a piano tuner, or what do you call it? Like a technician for pianos, for Steinway pianos. He was just visiting Yunago from Osaka. Got in like a crazy good conversation with him. And it was a karaoke place as well. So we were singing karaoke. The master was really having a good time. The master started doling out free shots of tequila. That's when I knew I had to get out of there. It's like, oh my God. I might have had a shot or two before I left. Gray, have you seen the film Scum from 1979? I have. It's been a long time. Many years ago. That reminds me of Nerdporial. Oh my God, I can't remember the title. And it's not a major film. It was a BBC produced film, I think, with a very young Gary Oldman, before he was famous, and he basically plays a football hooligan. It's like two rival football, supporting supporters, like two teams, and it's about the gang. You know, the problem when football hooligans was a massive thing, just going out, and they weren't going to watch the game; they were going to kick off, you know, to fight. They lived for that, for the buzz. It was crazy. It's a really good performance from Oldman. He's awesome in it, but I can't remember the name. Tell you what, I'm gonna have to look for that now. Going to have to look. Gary Oldman, football hooligan. It might have just been like a play for the day or a BBC. The Firm. That's it. Come on, Gray. The Firm. 1989. Same year Batman came out. Have a look at this. Have a look at it on here. Let me share my screen. Just to hide that comment. Yes, The Firm. Nice one for reminding me about it. I can't get it much bigger than that, ladies. Gary Oldman, The Firm. You can see he's pretty young there. Brutal, says The Sun. Or I should say The Scum newspaper. A blistering performance, DVDempire.com. Okay, let's get back. Close that. This is a story of rival firms of football supporters and how one man has a wish to team up for the European Championships of 1988. However, when this is discussed, the opposing leaders are not happy as they believe this is a challenge to their authority. This film shows how football violence has progressed from pure violence to a form of organised crime, to the extent that all the leaders know each other's home phone and mobile phone numbers. No way. It's a cracker. It's a really good. I recommend it if you can find it. It's very hard to find. But yeah, 1989, The Firm, directed by Alan Clark. If you know his name, he's done quite a lot of British-based movies. Alan Clark. Where are we? Let's click on him a sec. Oh, he did Scum as well, Neporial. No way. That's what got me talking about it. That's it. Yeah, I've forgotten all about it. I've forgotten he directed it. Scum with Ray Winston. Good old Ray Winston. Shout out to him. God rest his soul too. Oh yeah, you've made me want to rewatch it now. Ray Winston, Mick Ford, Julian Firth, Phil Daniels is in it. Phil Daniels from Quadrophenia. That's awesome. Okay, stop the screen. There we go. Nice one. It's great to see. We have people joining the chat. Here we go. Miss Martin Muses, I saw you. I missed you before. Sorry about that. Hope you're good. Hope you're Genki. Keely Chow's here. Hey, Keely. How are you, man? What's going on? Where are we? I missed it. Yeah, what's going on? What is going on? What are your plans for tomorrow, for Father's Day in the USA, the UK, today? Europe. Europe's different. Damn robust looking moustache. Yeah. He's really good in it, and you hear. I don't know if it's his actual, real, natural accent or not, or he's putting one on, but I can never tell. I don't know what his normal accent is. Gary Oldman. Not sure where he's from, but yeah, it's really good. And it's not what you'd imagine. It's not like your image of a football hooligan. He dresses really smart and kind of a little bit cool looking, and yeah, almost posh. It's weird. Yeah, it's a weird film. Nerporio says Scum is on YouTube. People who were in that type of juvie got PTSD watching the film. Bloody hell. Oldman after doing Sid and Nancy. Great movie. Salty. Yeah, great shout out. Sid and Nancy. I don't think it does. Nerporio. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I thought that was a conspiracy theory. Did he really? Murder the Perriers. Did he murder her? Bandito saying that after you left, me and Kenzo talked about the redesign of Splash Mountain. They took out any mention of voodoo because they said it was offensive. Well, of course they did. It's 2024, isn't it? Do you do voodoo like we do voodoo? Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon. Yes, great character actor. I tell you, I've talked about this before on these streams, but it's only on Apple. But if you can get hold of it, do check out Slow Horses. Gary Oldman in that. It's a recent series, so he's old, but he plays like a fat, balding, alcoholic kind of spy boss. He looks after the spies. it's funny and actually quite dark, sad, moving. It's a good series. And Mick Jagger does the theme tune to it, sounding pretty old. Like that. Gray, can you please say the word belly? I can do better than that. Nos, I can say. E-by gum. Does your belly touch your bum? Does your bum touch your belly? E-by gum. There we go. Try and say that fast when you've had a few. Commissioner. He also played Winston Churchill, didn't he? In, what was it called? I don't remember. But he does a great performance as Winston Churchill. No, Nosferatu, stop with your recommendations. Come and See is a dark as F war movie, right? Dear me. You guys, what you like? Napoleon saying that first movie with Gary Oldman for me was Air Force One. Get off my plane. Zax is my favourite old horse, says Nosferatu. He's like Boxer from Animal Farm. Okay, I've got a couple of physical comics to show off. This is not from this latest week, it's from the week before. But I was talking about this, I think, 2 streams ago, saying, oh, I'd love to get a physical copy. Guess what I got? You won't believe this, you probably won't recognise it. It's a reprint facsimile edition with the original ads from DC, who now own it. Mad! This is the original Mad, and I didn't know it started off like... was it the same company as that was doing like Weird Science and Eerie and Chiller? EC Comics. Look at this art. Absolutely awesome. On the back, how to fix any part of any car. Free 7-day trial. Look at this. Do you remember these ads? I'm sure Dwayne will remember. Fantastic. Like, I love seeing these old ads. It's $3.99. It cost me. It doesn't say what year this came out. It just says number 1, October, November, when it first came out, before, Mad got famous. That thing that start again. As John Cope used to do, me dad. Whatever. That thing, that slithering blob coming towards us. What is it? It's Melvin. So yeah, it's just a series of short stories. This kind of art. Look at this. Look at the lettering. If Eric O'Sullivan were here, he'd be going crazy. The onomatopoeia. Just great. Bonkers little stories. That's the first one. Second one is called Blobs. Disgusting blob. Look at that. How awesome does that look? Kind of weird sci-fi. Very colourful. And what else do we have? The third one. There we go. We've got an advertisement for Weird Fantasy inside. We at EC are proudest of our science fiction magazines. Look for Weird Fantasy. Yes. On sale now. How amazing is that? Ganefs? What's this? This is the third. I've not read this one yet. I've read the first 2, but not the third one. Ganefs. Look at that. Just love this style. It must be like, is it 50s or 60s? My goodness. Oh, there's another one as well called Varmint. You damn Varmint. So happy to get this. Paid a little bit for it, but what are you going to do? The back pages. Look at this. I gained 53 pounds, power-packed muscles. 2 me's is you. And super powerful long-range binoculars. Crafted by German artisans. Only $3, not 10. Send no money, try at our risk. Oh God, so good. So good to see these ads. Yeah, happy days. Have to vomit anymore? Just double checking. That's it, yeah, that was the last one. So, great to get a copy of Mad number 1. And guess what else I got? Get Fury, issue 2. Garth Ennis, Jason Burrows. My goodness. It's a bit dark, this one. I'll show some of the safe pages. good story. Maybe not quite as good as issue 1, but you've got Nick Fury. Nick Fury's been captured by the VC, and they send Frank Castle, the Punisher, to go and get him, and basically take him out with extreme prejudice because he knows too much. They're worried that anyone's going to succumb to torture in the end. So they're worried about what Nick Fury knows. He knows too much. The man who knew too much. So yeah, Frank Castle is on the search for him. So good. The art's pretty simple. It's a simple style. Jason Burrows. I've seen his work before in most famously in Providence by Alan Moore. Kind of story of Lovecraft and that kind of thing. Look at this though. Look at this. Boom. My God. Destroyed. Village destroyed. Yeah, it's good. I recommend that. Okay, let's get back to you guys in the chat. Who have I missed? Evening Blair. Blair to Blair was here. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Ye old shitpost. Says Fear Monarch. Oh, mate, I totally missed that. Napoleon was saying that Churchill's famous speech was inspired by Tim Allen in Galaxy Quest. Downing Street has a time machine. I believe you as well. Yeah, it doesn't have the original date, Fear Monarch. I know, I looked for it. It's got this year's date as a reprint, but 1952 or 62. I'll have to check it on I'll have to Google it. Google. Barlord, good to see you, mate. Mad Magazine was great. DC put out a Mad Magazine special on Free Comic Book Day. That's right, they did. I got a digital copy of it because that's usually what I have to rely on. But as I say, I managed to get that from. I ordered it, had it posted from the Tokyo Comic Shop. I couldn't believe they had it in. It's like, yes. Excuse me. Was Dr. Smith on that terrible Lost in Space? He was the best thing about it. Gary. Yo, Barmy, what are you doing? You're being very generous. Thank you very much. I really appreciate what you dropped before. You're keeping this channel going, mate, single-handedly. And everybody with the memberships out there, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I know times is hard. Times are hard, I know. So I really appreciate it. 1952. Thanks, mate. Oh, thanks for checking on that. That's incredible. That's 52, 62, 72, 70, 72 years. 72 years ago. Unbelievable. You got a friend in me. Mad Magazine, back in the 70s, did a thick reprint and an insert of the first Mad Magazine. Oh, cool. Well, do you know the stream that I was talking about this coming out thing, it was a couple of weeks ago, and I brought up, there was one my brother used to have. It was a Star Wars musical edition, going back to late 1970s. Could have been 1980, but I think it was 1970s, and they redid Star Wars as a musical. It was so funny. I still remember that vividly. I remember it clearly. I wish we still had it. I wish. Flex Mentalo. I used to love those. Was it Wider or Weeder? The boy getting sand kicked in his face on the beach, and then sending away for the muscle training course and going back to knock that guy out. Fantastic. Love that series. Get Fury. Is that what you're talking about, guys? It's only a limited. I think it's is it 5 or 6 issues under the Max, the old Marvel Max comics. It's very, very graphic. I suppose it's not really a spoiler, but can I show you the most disgusting scene in here? Do you want to see it? No, don't do it. If you don't want to see it, look away. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Oh my God, what is going on there? And it's gone. Oh, Jesus. Hey, Bramable, how are you, man? Good to see you. Long time no see. I know, we've all been so busy, haven't we? And it's hard to align the streaming times to catch each other with a crazy time difference. It's currently 1:40 p.m. Sunday afternoon in Japan. Happy Father's Day to you, sir, if you celebrate. Big shout out to all the dads. Gray pulled up to the comic shop, seen the issue. I didn't think you had it in you. No, I wish I could. Oh, mate, I wish I could go and visit the comic shop. I'm a 12-hour drive. 12 hours. Think about that, 12-hour drive from Tokyo if you want to drive there. Of course, you can get the plane, it's only an hour 20, but it's really, really expensive. Not worth, paying for a flight just to pick up some comics. So you can get them sent. The postage isn't that much. They're not too expensive because of the cheap yen, I think. Oh, no, wait a minute. That doesn't make sense, does it? They should be expensive because the dollar's expensive. But they're not too bad. They don't work out that much more than, buying them brand new in America. But you have to wait till the weekend after they come out till they land in Japan. And then with postage, it takes a few days. It can be the following Tuesday or Wednesday until you get them. So it's like a week after they come out. Yes. Whale call. I'm here at least until Animal Man 26. Oh, you star. Fairmont, thank you. Oh my God. Now, listen, you don't have to stay that long because God knows how long that's going to take with me and Jim. I've got the latest Doom Patrol review. It's ready to go. It's almost uploaded. I've just got to finish a couple of things, so that's done. I mean, it's edited. It's on YouTube, unlisted at the moment. I'll be dropping that probably tomorrow, Monday my time, so for Sunday evening American time. That's going to be members, of course, members only. And we recorded X-Men issue 118. So New X-Men, Grant Morrison. We've gone back to New X-Men for a 3-part story. And you won't believe who's the artist on it. Let's see. Give me some names in the chat if you feel like it. I'll give you 3 guesses in the chat. Who is the artist for the New X-Men issue? And don't look it up without looking up. Issue 118. We skipped an issue because I don't know why Jim didn't want to do it, but it was kind of important. But anyway, then there was an annual, and then we had this issue 118. Okay, Fearmonic's saying, I think it's 6 issues for Get Fury. Nice one. Okay, the first guess is Dwayne Muth, and it's not Frank Quitely, although he did do the opening story arc, and he does do quite a lot of New X-Men. Not Frank Quitely. Anybody else? Anybody else? The real Frank Castle, Dwayne Muth. Special shout out to the Japanese Waffles. Charlie, how you doing? Charlie, the unicorn. Nice one. Good to see you. Fearmonic, Jim Lee. No, that would have been awesome, wouldn't it? Jim Lee. Let me just say, the artist used to work for DC, and he's a kind of controversial figure these days. And apparently, if you just say hi to him on Twitter, people try and cancel you. Come on, I've given it away. Have I given it away? I've got to show you this now, haven't I? I've built it up too much. I will try and share. Just give me 1 second. Bandito. Let me address Bandito's member chat for 13 months. The power of... Oh my God, you're making me read it, aren't you? I've got to read it. It's a members thing. Dun, 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 dun. Can I do it to Huey Lewis in the News? The power of love? No, okay. The power of 1. The power of 2. The power of cringe. Unbelievable. Oh my goodness. Yes, Mark McGrath, he's got it. The third time's a charm. Ethan Van Sciver did the art for X-Men issue, New X-Men, Grant Morrison, yeah, issue 118. Give me 2 ticks, I will try and bring it up quickly. Shall I show my copy or a pirate copy? Oh my goodness. Just make that smaller. Make that smaller, ladies. Here we go. I don't often use this. I don't have time to find it, so I'm gonna go to the pirate site. I know. You don't mind, do you? You don't really mind, do you? New X-Men. So this began in 2001. Grant Morrison was on it, and it did start with Frank Quitely. You're right. But I want to show you some of the art from EVS. You won't believe it. It's really detailed. It's gorgeous. It looks awesome. Okay. Let's get back to there. Share screen. Let's make that full screen. Okay. Germ-Free Generation, part 1 of 3. So this is EVS's renditions of the Beast, of course. Well, I was just say Beast, and a Beast. Emma Frost, Wolverine, looking a bit strange, Wolverine's face, but Jean Grey, Professor Charles in the background, Professor X, and Cyclops. It's EVS on pencils, Prentice Rollins with Hannah and Floria on inks. Wow. So, there we go. Let's get down to some... Look at Logan here. How awesome is that? There's an image later on of him, like you see his motorbike. It's absolutely fantastic. Got the detail with Beast there in hospital. Brilliant stuff. Let me find you that motorcycle image. Emma Frost looking sexy there. We've got the cuckoos in the background. Yes, Miss Frost. Let me just get to the motorbike image. I've hyped it up so much. Even like Hank, look at Beast's paws there, the claws. Loving that detail. Oh my god, okay, here we go. Come on, Grey. This is it. Kill it! Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, I'm doing your eyes are going crazy. This is it, there it is. Let's make this bigger. Make it bigger, baby. Now, that motorbike has been drawn fantastically. Look at the rain effects. We've got Logan, Wolverine on it. The light, what do you call it? The halo around the light. What a scene. What a fantastic panel. The only problem was he only did the first part of the 3-part story. I think it was taking that long. He was behind, so it's a different artist does parts 2 and 3. What a shame. Stop screen. How good was that? I'm so surprised. Okay, where are we? High current comment. Sorry guys, I'm miles behind you. Miles and miles behind on the chat. Let's just catch up. Yeah, Igor Accordi did a bunch of issues as well. You're right. I think it might be him on the next couple of issues. It's a shame. I want to see more of EVS's pencils. Back in the, 2001, 2002, around that time. Beast looks like a lizard man in the cold. Jesus, Fear Monarch. It's a bit harsh. I'm sweating. I'm sweating. I'm sat here. I had to shut the windows. It's so windy. I've not got the aircon on because I'm not allowed, We're all broke over here. Not allowed till the evening. No fan either for the noise. God, it's hot. Sticky. Barlord is saying, I really hope the upcoming McKay book is good. Me too. Hoping for good things. I've never seen this comic in my life, says Charlie. This is back in, 2001. They kind of relaunched it as New X-Men, but they didn't start with a new number 1. It was, I think it was issue 114 or 115. 114, 15, 16. Yeah, so 114 with Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely on the title. Really good. I thought so, but a lot of X-Men fans don't like it. Didn't like Grant Morrison's run, so. EVS taking a long time. Don't believe it, says Fear Monarch. Right. It does have some of the best Frank Quitely art. Yeah, I like his style. Nosferatu, I'm not on Coca-Cola. No, I'm not. Wish I had some, though. Sounds like Grey's being kept in a tiger cage in the Mekong Delta back in '68. My goodness. Yes, that's so cool. You got me like, I'm tempted to show more now. Should we have a quick look at the Frank Quitely while I've got this up? Issue 114. Let's do it. Let me show you some of the Frank Quitely art. See what you think. Let's make that a little bit smaller. Okay, back to StreamYard. Share screen. This is a one-man operation. This is the first issue, Frank Quitely, Grant Morrison, has run. So 114. 30,000 years earlier. This is how it happened the last time. Homo sapiens neanderthalensis, the unlucky remnants of their kind, soon to be replaced by smarter, faster, more aggressive species, Homo sapiens sapiens. Meet our ancestors, wiping out the competition. There we go. So it opens with Scott Summers, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Emma Frost, Henry McCoy, PhD, Beast, and Logan Wolverine, and of course, Professor X. E is for Extinction, part 1 of 3. This is his version of Beast, Hank. What do you reckon? Why does Jean look like an old lady here? Frank, what were you doing? It's a bit of a weird one. Look at Charles. Pretty awesome. Cerebro. And then there's a really freaky mutant called Ugly John, who they picked up from Australia. Steve, My name's Steve, but my mates mostly call me Ugly John. I went Cockney then. I can't do an Aussie accent for some reason. Ugly John with a weird triple or triple face. He looks like a character from 2000 AD, like the Cursed Earth. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's Frank Quitely's art. Pretty awesome. Nice helicopter. Look at that Sentinel there. Look at that. Brilliant. Okay. Okie dokie, let's get back. Let's get back to the stream. Stop sharing. Fantastic. Beast throwing off strong Puma. The Puma vibes. Do you know in the UK we pronounce it Puma? Puma. Isn't that cute? What the fuck is that tiger stripe outfit? Oh, Jesus. I love Frank Quitely's art, Mark. And the same as you. Yeah, loved his work he did recently with Mark Miller on Stream Brain. Big Game. No, it wasn't Big Game. Oh, God almighty. The one before that, where we had a different artist on each book. You know what I mean. Who needs memory, eh? Who needs brain cells? Yes, one of the strontium dog villains. Exactly. Looks like that. Whew. Sweaty. Okay. I tell you what, to cool everyone down, I want to share a video. I talked about it. I prepared it. This was the sea yesterday. It's only 30 seconds, just everyone to calm down. You can grab a cup of tea or a beer. Let's listen to the sound of the sea. It was about 7 p.m. The sun was just getting ready to set. It was a beautiful evening, really nice. I just had a small can of beer, like slowly supping that on the beach, barefoot of course, recharging myself. Yeah, it was awesome. Ambassadors, thank you guys. I knew I could rely on you. You know what it's like when you're streaming sometimes, or when you get old, you just losing things, losing names, losing titles. That was beautiful. You see, I'd be mean. This is where I'd use the jump scare. Yeah. I was tempted, but I don't have any scary clips. Although, you've kind of tempted me for next time. Beautiful. Thanks, Saldi. Talking about me, aren't you? Are we going to see Godzilla soon? Or Evangelion? Well, it's out. It's on Amazon Prime in Japan. Is it on Netflix? The subtitle version, Godzilla -1. Evangelion, I don't know much about it. Beautiful. Ambassadors as well, Fame on it, you got it. That's cool. If you look hard enough, you will possibly see Godzilla in the distance, maybe in the clouds. There was an interesting question before, comments, sorry, not questions. Someone was saying, how come Godzilla can stand up when he's out in the deep sea, not near the shore? How come he can stand up? Makes you think, doesn't it? I think he's treading water. You just can't see it under the surface. Like, woohoo! Maybe he's using his tail. It was a great evening. Thank you. It was very chill. Yeah, just took it easy. Had a nice cycle. Got out after work. Was it after work? Was it Friday or Saturday? Oh my God, I can't remember. Yeah, that was Friday night. Sorry, that was 2 nights ago. Friday night, after work, cycled down to the beach. I had a walk around, just sat watching the sea, switched everything off, apart from a little bit of recording, turn it off, and then just listen to the sea. Sounds a bit hippie, doesn't it? Hippie. Mick saying, totally chill. Please go out and film 12 hours for sleep audio. I know. If I had the decent camera, not just using my old smartphone, which is not great quality, sadly, I wouldn't do 12 hours, but I'd probably film, say an hour, and then put it on loop it in the editing. I did make one, many years ago when I first started my channel. I made I think it's only an hour. I film like a 10-minute segment and just put it on repeat. So it's about an hour of, if you look back to some of the oldest videos on my channel, you'll find it. Like the sound of the sea, the Japan Sea or something. No way. Getting all nostalgic thinking about that. Should we have a look? Shall we have a look? Go into videos. Oldest. Or did I? Oh yeah, it's there. It's still there. I thought I'd got rid of it. Here we go. Let me just share screen. Let's have a look at Gray's channel in the old days. It's coming up to 3 years, you know. The end of this month, the end of June, it'll be 3 years. 3 years of Wakizashi's Teahouse. So the very first video was Homesick Pilots Volume 1 review. The Shining meets Power Rangers. And I filmed it, your boy Zach, old style, with my phone, with a comic book on my knee, on my lap, you know, just talking. It was terrible quality. Then you go down a couple of videos and it's here. Sea of Japan, relaxation and sleep aid. It's only had 100 views, sadly. Should we have a little look? Oh, it's quite loud. Ooh. So this was actually filmed where I went this morning, where I used to take my dad, used to take John when he came over. It's a lovely little spot. But yeah, that's enough of that. That's enough of that, just to show you. So I do have a sleep aid video. I was trying everything in the beginning, you know. Okay. Weird Science is in the chat. Was it Genki? That's the question. No, it wasn't. Not as Genki as you, Jim. Great to see you. Godzilla Olympic champion swimmer. That could be it. It's early morning for Jim. Is it time for bed? I'm going to wrap things up because it's coming up to an hour. I was going to throw out a link if Jim popped in earlier, but I know Jim's busy. He's probably editing podcast files at the moment, or videos, making 200 YouTube videos a week. It's unbelievable. He complains that, you know, comment review videos don't get views. Tell you what, if you're my channel, you don't really get many views, but if you're Jim's channel, you do tend to get some views. But I know comparatively, I think Jim should be getting thousands of views, not hundreds. It should be thousands. Well, it's so entertaining. Only 100 views is a crime, says Charlie. Thank you so much. I just woke up and I'm going back to bed, Jim. Have a good sleep, mate. Dream of sushi by the seashore. She sells sushi on the seashore. Millions. You only get millions of views if you make sus songs about, you know, getting your chin chin caught in your zipper. That kind of thing. Busy not dying. This has been awesome. So 2 minutes to go. Before I go, one last thing I want to show you. In celebration of Gotham by Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age issue 1 coming out, here's Gray's original copy of the original, the first Elseworlds as far as I know, Gotham by Gaslight, 1989. Ladies and gentlemen, this came out. A Tale of the Batman and Jack the Ripper. It was written by Brian Augustin. It has art by, listen to this, listen to the artists. Pencils by Michael Mignola. Mike Mignola, Hellboy. Inks by P. Craig Russell, who did some awesome Sandman illustrations, Sandman stories. And David Hornung on colours. There we go. Look at that. It's the original, guys. £2.50 it cost me back in the day to prove it. There's the back. £2.50. Titan Books. Wasn't even DC, it was Titan in the UK. The bat like Batman's costume is a bit weird. Jack the Ripper in Gotham? Question mark. Ghastly murders mirror London slayings. So it's a very kind of simple, you know, early Mike Mignola style. Where's one of the Batman costume? Oh, here's one. It's a bit weird. I'm not sure about the Batman's mask, the hood. It's a bit weird there. Bat haunts city. Is Batman the killer? City gripped with fear, or gripped by fear. There's a great kind of nod to the joke here as well. Listen to this. This one's a real merry widower. He wed rich old ladies, then poisoned them with strychnine. 10 of them. 10! Tried to kill himself when we caught him. The loon, he took some of his own poison. Not enough. It didn't kill him, just paralysed his face. Happy looking Jasper, eh? And it's the very bottom panel there, can you see? That's the Gotham by Gaslight brief image of the Joker. You don't see much more. You don't see, he's not in the comic, but I just love that. It's pretty freaky, isn't it? Wow, cool. That is cool. Anything else? Yeah, very dark. Look at the colours. I mean, you can't hardly see it, but it's very dark. Beautiful. Back in the day. Prestige format, or I'm not sure, but it doesn't say. It just says graphic novel, Titan Books, the UK edition. It's got an introduction by Robert Bloch, B-L-O-C-H, Robert Bloch, who, my God, what did he write? Did he write Psycho, Robert Bloch? Before I finish, I know I said I was finishing. Robert Bloch with a C-H. Yes, he wrote Psycho. I thought so. Brilliant. He does the introduction to the original Gotham by Gaslight. I don't know if they still use his intro, you know, in the current editions. That's crazy, isn't it? Psycho, Psycho 2, Psycho House. So the original Psycho came out in 1959. American Gothic. The Opener of the Way, 1945. That sounds like a Lovecraft story, doesn't it? Night of the Ripper, 1984. Cool. Okay, so on that cheery note, let's wrap things up. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Great to see you all. There was a special reprint that was sent to stores earlier this year. I think it was. Yeah, one per store. I think there's a facsimile edition you can get at the moment as well. But great to hear that. Thank you all for watching. Shout out to all the members, you guys, you girls, you ladies and gentlemen, you rule. Thank you so much, you Obami, for your generosity. That was amazing, for the tips. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you in a future video. What should we drop at the end? Shall we drop the Sayonara, Gods of
Sayonara, sucker.